The moment I connected my phone to that TV screen at the family dinner, I saw her face go pale. My mother-in-law, the woman who had smiled at me, hugged me, called me daughter, knew exactly what was about to happen. And she couldn't stop it. 27 people were about to witness the truth she'd spent 3 years hiding. But to understand how I got to that moment, how I gathered the courage to destroy her lies in front of everyone she loved, I need to take you back to where this nightmare actually began. Back to when I thought I was the luckiest bride in the world. Drop a comment and let me know where you're listening from and what time it is for you right now. I'd love to know who's part of our community. Let me take you back to where it all began. My name is Sarah, and 3 years ago, I married the love of my life, Daniel. Our wedding was like a fairy tale. Everything was perfect, or so I thought. From the very first day, Daniel's mother, Catherine, seemed warm and welcoming. She hugged me, called me daughter, and even helped us pick out furniture for our new apartment. I felt lucky. I'd heard horror stories about difficult mother-in-laws, but Catherine? She seemed like a blessing. But looking back now, I realize something. She wasn't being kind.
She was studying me.
Learning my weaknesses. Finding out exactly how to break me. The first few months of marriage were blissful. Daniel and I were happy. We had our little routines, our inside jokes, our plans for the future. But slowly, things started to change. And it all began with Catherine's innocent visits. She would drop by unannounced. Always with a smile. Always with a gift or some homemade food. But she would also make little comments. "Oh, Sarah, you're serving Daniel leftovers again?" Or, "Darling, don't you think the house is a bit messy?" At first, I laughed them off. I thought she was just being a concerned mom. But then the comments became more frequent, more pointed. And Daniel, he started to notice them too. But instead of defending me, he would say, "She's just trying to help, Sarah. Don't take it personally." Don't take it personally? How could I not? She was slowly planting seeds of doubt in his mind, making him question me, making him see flaws that didn't exist. But I stayed calm. I told myself it would pass. I told myself she would eventually accept me. I had no idea that Catherine had a much darker plan in motion, a plan that would almost destroy everything I loved. And it all came crashing down on one terrible night. But what Catherine showed Daniel that night, the evidence she had against me, it was so convincing, so detailed, that even I started questioning my own reality. And that's exactly what she wanted. It was a Friday evening. Daniel had been acting strange all week. Distant. Cold. He barely spoke to me at dinner, and when I asked him what was wrong, he just shook his head and said, "We need to talk." My heart sank. Those 4 words. We need to talk. Nothing good ever follows them. He sat me down on the couch, and I could see the pain in his eyes. But there was something else too. Doubt. Suspicion. And I didn't understand why. "Sarah," he began, his voice shaking, "I need you to be honest with me. Is there someone else?" I froze.
What?
"Daniel, what are you talking about?" "Don't lie to me," he shouted, standing up. "My mother told me everything. She saw the messages. She saw the calls. She knows about him." I felt like the ground was falling beneath me. Messages? Calls?
What was he talking about?
I grabbed his hands, desperate. "Daniel, I swear to you, there is no one else. I don't know what she told you, but it's not true." But he pulled away. "She showed me proof, Sarah. Screenshots. Phone records. How can you stand there and lie to my face?" I was speechless. Catherine had fabricated evidence. She had lied to her own son, and he believed her. Over me, his wife. That night, Daniel left. He said he needed space. He went to stay at his mother's house. And I was left alone, heartbroken and terrified. How could this be happening? I didn't sleep that night. I kept replaying everything in my mind. And that's when I realized Catherine had been planning this from the beginning. Every visit, every comment, every smile. It was all part of her plan to push me out of Daniel's life.
But why?
What had I done to deserve this? I needed answers. And I needed to prove my innocence. So I made a decision. I wasn't going to let her win. I was going to fight back. Little did I know when I took my phone to that tech expert the next morning, what he would find would be far more disturbing than I ever imagined. Catherine hadn't just lied. She had been watching me. Every single day. For months. The next morning, I woke up with one goal: find out what Catherine had done and expose her lies.
I wasn't going to sit around and cry.
I was going to take action. I started by checking my phone records. Everything was clean. No strange calls. No mysterious messages. Nothing that could even remotely suggest I was cheating. So where had Catherine gotten her proof? Then it hit me. She must have faked it. But how? And why would Daniel believe edited screenshots over his own wife? I decided to do some digging. I remembered that a few weeks ago, Catherine had asked to borrow my phone to call someone because her battery died. I thought nothing of it at the time.
But now?
Now I realized she must have used that opportunity to gather information. Maybe even install something. I took my phone to a tech expert, a friend of mine named Jake. Within an hour, he found it. Spyware. Hidden deep in my phone. Catherine had been monitoring everything. My calls, my texts, my emails. Everything. But here's the twisted part. She had also been creating fake conversations. Using apps that let you forge text message screenshots. She had made it look like I was messaging some random guy, planning to meet up, saying things I never said. I felt sick. This woman had gone to such lengths to destroy me. But now I had proof of what she'd done. The spyware. The fake screenshots. Everything. I could have gone straight to Daniel with this. But I knew he was under her spell. He wouldn't believe me. Not yet. I needed something bigger. Something undeniable. So, I kept digging. And that's when I discovered her real motive. What Daniel's aunt told me over coffee that afternoon made my blood run cold. Because Catherine hadn't just done this to me. She had destroyed someone else's life years ago. Someone very close to Daniel. And the family had kept it buried all this time. If you're enjoying this so far, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the bell icon. I reached out to Daniel's aunt, Linda. She was the only family member who had ever been truly kind to me. We met for coffee, and I told her everything. She listened quietly, and when I finished, she sighed deeply. "Sarah, I was afraid this would happen," she said. "Catherine did the same thing to Daniel's father." My jaw dropped. "What do you mean?" Linda explained that years ago, before Daniel was born, Catherine had married a wonderful man. But she was controlling, manipulative, and jealous. When he tried to stand up to her, she spread lies about him to the family. She isolated him, broke him down. Eventually, he left. And Catherine made sure everyone believed it was his fault. "She can't stand seeing Daniel happy with someone she doesn't control," Linda continued. "She wants him all to herself. And she'll destroy anyone who gets in the way." Everything made sense now.
This wasn't about me. It was about control.
Catherine couldn't handle that her son had chosen me. That he loved me. That I was his priority now, not her. But Linda gave me something even more valuable. She had old letters, emails, and even recordings from when Catherine had done this before. Proof of her pattern of manipulation. I now had everything I needed. The spyware evidence. The fake screenshots exposed. The testimony from Linda. And a plan. I was going to confront Catherine. But not alone. Not in private. I was going to do it in front of the entire family. At Daniel's birthday dinner, which was happening in 3 days. Catherine thought she had won. But she had no idea what was coming. The night of that dinner, as I walked into the room full of Daniel's family, Catherine gave me a smile. A victorious, smug smile. She thought I was defeated. She thought I'd come to beg. But when I pulled out my phone and connected it to that TV, her smile disappeared. Forever. The night of Daniel's birthday arrived. Catherine had organized everything, of course. The whole family was there. Daniel's siblings, aunts, uncles, cousins. Even some family friends. And me. Daniel barely looked at me when I arrived. It hurt, but I stayed strong. I knew what I had to do. Halfway through dinner, Catherine stood up to give a toast. She smiled sweetly and talked about how proud she was of Daniel, how much she loved him, and how she only wanted the best for him. Then she looked at me with that fake sympathy and said, "I just hope he finds someone truly worthy of him someday." The room went silent. Everyone looked uncomfortable. Daniel looked down at his plate. And I stood up. "Actually, Catherine, I'd like to say something too." She looked surprised but sat down, smiling smugly. She thought I was going to break down, apologize, beg for forgiveness. Instead, I pulled out my phone and connected it to the TV in the dining room. "I want to show everyone something important." I played the evidence. The spyware report. The fake screenshot apps on her cloud account that I'd accessed through Jake's help. The messages from Linda. And finally, a recording of Catherine admitting to a friend over the phone that she had to get rid of Sarah before she took Daniel away forever. The room erupted.
Gasps.
Murmurs.
Shock.
Daniel's face went pale. He looked at his mother, then at me, then back at her. "Mom, is this true?" Catherine tried to laugh it off, tried to deny it, but the evidence was overwhelming. One by one, family members started speaking up, sharing their own experiences with her manipulation. Even Daniel's siblings admitted they'd always felt controlled by her. Daniel stood up, tears in his eyes, and walked over to me. "Sarah,
I'm so sorry.
I should have believed you." I took his hand. "It's okay. We'll get through this. Together." Catherine left that night in disgrace. The family cut ties with her. And Daniel and we started rebuilding, stronger than ever. But the real question remained, would our marriage survive after everything she'd put us through? Could Daniel ever truly forgive himself for believing her lies over me? The answer surprised us both. It's been a year since that night. Daniel and I are happier than we've ever been. We've been to therapy, we've learned to communicate better, and we've set firm boundaries with toxic people. Catherine tried to reach out a few times, but we didn't respond. Some people never change. And that's okay. We don't need her approval or her presence in our lives. Looking back, I realized something important. When someone tries to destroy you, the best revenge isn't anger. It's truth. It's standing tall, gathering your strength, and exposing the lies for what they are. I could have given up. I could have walked away and let her win. But I fought for my marriage. I fought for the truth. And in the end, the truth set me free. If you're going through something similar, remember this. Don't let toxic people write your story. Take back your voice. Stand up for yourself. And never, ever let someone's lies define who you are. Because the truth, it always comes out. Always. If you felt my pain, if you've ever been trapped in a toxic family situation or watched someone you love get controlled by lies, then you know how hard it is to stay calm and still believe in yourself. This story was painful, but it taught me one important thing. No one has the right to destroy your life just because they want control. If you enjoyed this video and want more stories like this, please hit the like button. It really helps my channel. And if you're new here, subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss the next story. Also, share this video with someone who needs to hear this message. Maybe someone who is going through a similar betrayal, or someone who needs to know they're not alone. Comment below if you've ever faced a situation like this, because your story matters too. Thank you for watching. And remember, the truth always wins in the end.